Okay, this lesson is going to be over parts of a sentence, subjects and predicates. A lot of this should be review for you, but we're going to go over this today because it's kind of the basis of everything else we're going to do with grammar this year. So subjects and predicates are what we're going to cover today. The first thing you need to know is what a complete subject and a complete predicate is. To be a complete sentence, a sentence must have two main parts, the complete subject and the complete predicate. Together, those two parts should express a complete thought in order to make a complete sentence. The complete subject of a sentence is going to contain the noun or noun phrase and all of its modifiers. So it's the part of the sentence that's going to tell who or what the sentence is about or who or what is doing something in the sentence. The complete predicate is the verb or the action portion of the sentence. It's the verb or verb phrase and all of its modifiers. So it tells what the subject is doing. So the subject's going to tell you who or what the sentence is about or who is doing something. And then the predicate's going to tell you what the subject is doing. Here's some examples, some kind of simple sentences to start with. Birds chirp, that's a complete sentence because you have a subject and you have a predicate, even though it is one word. In your more advanced sentences, in most of the sentences that you read and that you're going to write, you're going to have more than one word in your subject and your predicate. So for example, let's look at this last sentence. The small birds with brown feathers in the nest chirped loudly while waiting for their meal. In this first part, the subject, birds, is who or what is doing something. But this whole group of words, this whole phrase, is the complete subject. And then you say, what is the subject doing? Well, the subject is, or it chirped loudly while waiting for their meal. That's your complete predicate. That whole group of words is your complete predicate, the verb and all of its modifiers. Once you've found and are able to identify the complete subject and complete predicate, then you should be able to find the simple subjects and simple predicates, which is the one word that tells the essential noun or the essential verb in the sentence. So in the example sentence below, many students in high school are forced to take classes they do not enjoy. What is the one word that tells us what the sentence is about? The one main noun. Students. So students is going to be your simple subject in this case. Okay, so that's your simple subject. What is the main verb in this sentence? What are the students doing? They are forced. So forced is your simple predicate in this sentence. Okay, so that's the one word that tells us who or what is doing something in this sentence, and then the one word that's telling us what the subject is doing. So that's your simple subject and your simple predicate. Oops. Okay, in the sentences that we looked at in the last slide, the same examples. You have birds chirp. We talked about how that is your complete subject and your complete predicate because there's only one word. That's also going to be your simple subject and your simple predicate. Okay, again, in more advanced sentences, the small birds with brown feathers chirped loudly. Okay, birds is going to be your simple subject because that's the one word that tells you the essential noun. And then chirped is your simple predicate. It's the one word that tells you the essential verb or the essential action in that sentence. A little reminder, we will go over prepositional phrases soon in class later on, but just a reminder that the subject of a sentence cannot be part of a prepositional phrase. So in this sentence, many students in high school are forced to take classes they do not enjoy. In high school is a prepositional phrase, so that cannot be the subject. The sentence is not about high school, it's about the students. So just pay attention to that when you look at subjects and predicates. Sometimes in a sentence you might have more than one subject or more than one predicate. In this case, it's called a compound subject or a compound predicate. A compound subject is going to have more than one subjects doing the same verb. So the puppies and kittens played together. Both of those subjects played, same verb. So that's your compound subject and your predicate. Larry, Moe, and Curly are the stars of the movie. Larry, Moe, and Curly, all of them are doing the same verb, which is, in this case, it's the helping verb are. Neither the driver nor the passenger knew where the restaurant was. Who or what is doing something in this sentence? The driver and the passenger. So both of those are your subjects, but neither one knew, which is your simple predicate, where the restaurant was. So those three are all compound subjects. You can have compound predicates as well, where you have more than one verb relating to the same subject. So the baby played or slept all day. So what's your subject? Who or what is doing something in this sentence? Baby. So that's your subject. What did the baby do? It played and slept. So those are your two predicates. So that's a compound predicate. The runner tripped, fell, and rolled onto the track. Runner is your subject. What did they do? They tripped, they fell, and they rolled. All three of those are going to be your compound predicate, your compound verb. Okay, she is your subject here. What did she do? She tried to win the race, but ended up second. So she tried is one of your verbs. Ended up is your second verb, so that's your predicate. So you have two verbs, so that's a compound predicate. Okay, some examples. On these sentences, what I want you to do is first of all find the simple subject and the simple predicate and circle them. And then I want you to underline the complete predicate and the complete subject in each sentence as well. And do this in your notes on the PowerPoint that you have in front of you. Okay, let's look at the first one together. The bus full of students headed towards the museum. Okay, what is the sentence about? Who or what is doing something? The simple subject. Bus. Okay, remember that students cannot be your subject because it's part of a prepositional phrase. Okay, and the students, yes, they're on the bus that headed towards town, but the actual subject of the sentence, who or what is doing something, is the bus. So that's your simple subject. Okay, what did the bus do? Headed. Okay, so that's your simple predicate. Simple subject and simple predicate. Okay, now what I usually do is I draw a line in between the subject and the predicate to show where the predicate begins. So your complete subject is the bus full of students, and then the verb portion of the complete predicate is headed towards the museum. Okay, so we have simple subject, simple predicate, complete subject, and complete predicate. So I want you to do that in each of the following sentences. Find the simple subject, find the simple predicate, and circle those, and then underline your complete subject and then your complete predicate.